Home Church family. Thanks for tuning in today. We're going to pick up our series this week of relationships. We've been talking about the importance of relationships, how we were created for relationships. And then this past week, we unpacked the story. We walked through the story, however you want to say it, of the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman who had this conversation with Jesus, and how he actually wanted to deal with the wells that she had set in her heart, those questions, those pauses, those things that you want to stop and to consider, where it's like, well, I'm not sure if I, trust this Jesus guy. He dealt with those wells in her life as we started to talk about how God wants to heal us from the questions that we have, from our religious obstacles that we place in the way, or from just some of the past pains that we've experienced. Now we're going to kind of turn the corner. We're going to start to venture into the realm of how do we grow in our relationship with God? How do we take steps to where we are growing with our relationship in Him? How do we make sure that we're plugged in with Him? And I'm going to share two quick things with you today that are going to really, I think, lay the foundation of why these could be two easy things that all Christians should implement. Again, if you know our foundation here at Home Church, you want to see what we believe, go to our website, homechurch217.com, or better yet, go download the app. Yes, I pitch the app every single time I'm in front of you because it's a great app. I think you're going to enjoy it. And you can go see what we believe. And part of what we believe is that after you come in a relationship with Him, there are these Christian responsibilities, these things that you're going to be held accountable to because you are now in relationship with Him. And these are normal, natural things that happen out of being in relationship with Christ. And one of these two things that we're going to talk about today are just easy things that we can implement into our lives that I think will draw us closer to Him. One actually is implemented in a lot of different areas. If you look at yoga, if you look at a lot of these Eastern cultures, right, that have taken in this idea of meditation, of centering yourself. Sometimes it's to think on spiritual things. Sometimes it's to think on nothingness. These are biblical principles. Here, I'm going to show you a couple of verses. Joshua chapter 1 and 8. There's a ton. We could run through a bunch. But he says, the book of your law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so you may be careful to do all that is written in it. Psalms 19 and 14. Let the words of my mouth be the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Psalms 1 and 2, the second verse of Psalms. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law he meditates day and night. Psalms 119, I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. Psalms 104, may my meditation be pleasing to Him. Philippians tells us, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is anything excellent, if there's anything worthy of praise, think of these things. They're telling, the Bible lists time and time and time again of things that we should be meditating on. We should meditate on His word. We should read it, get it inside of you, get it deep inside of you by meditating on it and letting it take root, letting it take a core of you, letting it get really down inside of you where you are now applying it. We can't just read the Bible like we read the weekly news or we check out one of our favorite apps. No, the Bible and its principles are supposed to be getting inside of us because they connect us with our Maker. They connect us with our God, and they connect us in relationship with Him. And meditation can be this beautiful thing, this stopping and this pausing. When we're in love, when we're in relationship with people, when we have something that we're really passionate about, maybe it's our cars, maybe it's a sport, maybe it's like this new toy that you've been waiting to get, this new piece of technology, maybe it is a relationship, maybe it's your wife or your husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or something like that. We think about those things. My wife used to practice writing her name as Tiffany Lejeune. It was kind of a little weird, but whatever. She's a girl and she used to do that, right? And she would just practice writing her name if her name was Tiffany Lejeune in preparation that one day we would be married and that would be her name, right? We do those things in relationship, and we have to do those things when we're in relationship with Him, that we meditate on His word, we meditate on His goodness. And then second, and this is an easy one, get you a journal. Get you something to write on. I actually don't have, mine's actually back there. Yeah, I should have had it with me, but have a prayer journal. Have a place where you can journal your thoughts. You can journal your meditations. You can, journal these things that you are going through. It's a great place to look back and see what you're thinking, see what you were going through, see what the Father has brought you through. It's a great place where you can circle some prayers. You can write down some of his scriptures that stick out to you, and you can begin to circle those prayers. It's a place where you can be bold and open and just talk to him about, God, I want you to do this thing and this thing and this thing, and begin to circle those things, begin to cross those things out whenever God begins to answer those prayers. Having a place to journal, having a place where you can begin to write your thoughts down as you pray through, and then meditating on his word. These are 2 steps that you can take to take that extra step in growing with God. If you're going to grow with him, it's going to happen intentionally. Some seed, some water, but God gives the increase. We have to do our part, and doing our part is meditating on his word and then having a place where I can write down some of those thoughts as I pray through. I hope this helps you. I'm encouraging you to go make it happen. Come with us the rest of this week as we continue to talk about what are things that we can do now that we've healed in our relationship with Christ, that we can grow in our relationship with Christ, because where we're going is we're going to get to a place where we can thrive. I hope that helps you. I'm praying for you. We'd love to connect with you. Remember, you can always get in touch with us on our app. There's a messaging group on there. There's also the Connect card that you can fill out. There's also a place for baptism or prayer requests. We want to connect with you. We want to hear your story. So come along this journey with us. Home Church, every Sunday morning, 9 a.m., and then every Friday night as a local home gathering. Come hang out with us. I'd love to meet you.